biggest stars in the Big Three will be on the court. And here's a look at our updated standings. One contest to go. You see the Aliens, three-headed monsters with 3 wins. Tri-State trying to add to that group.
Well, we began the day with 5 teams at 2-1. Now it's 1 team. Tri-State has the ability to match Aliens and three-headed monster if they win this game.
Jason Richardson, an NBA great, the 2-time slam dunk champion, one of the top producing players in the Big Three this season.
Well, tied for 5th in scoring in the Big Three, but what makes him special in this league is what's around him. Justin Detman and also DeJuan Summers complete the trio. They're one of the most balanced teams in the league, and there's my man.
The legend.
The legend.
Dr. J himself, the 2021 Big Three Coach of the Year, the Hall of Famer, and there is no shortage
the Hall of Fame shirt on right there.
A little muted in comparison to
Oh, no,
Rick
Rick is just simple. He just give you buckets and don't say something, you know what I mean?
Well, he coaches Leandro Barbosa, one of the stars of the Big Three. 24 points last week.
Now, the Brazilian Blur still has that quickness. He loves to get to his left hand, get that shoulder down, but then can finish going right as well. Knocks down the 3. Again, another ring on his finger with the Warriors. So happy for that young man. Played with him at the Suns.
Speaking of the Suns,
how about it?
They were teammates with the Phoenix Suns from 2008 to 2010, and that included a team that went to the Western Conference Finals over their 14-season career.
Yeah, got a chance to play with both of them. I mean, not me, but those two played together. Excellent duo right there. Good to see them back down here.
Let's check in with Scal, who's with both of them.
All right, I am with both you guys. So you guys were teammates in Phoenix. So how the battles used to go in practice?
Hey, that was pretty tough. It was hard to guard this guy. 10, 15 years ago he was fast, and right now he's still fast, so it's still hard to guard him.
Same thing, Jay Rich is very rich, he got bounce, can shoot threes, so it's tough to guard him as well.
The question is, both of y'all look like you haven't lost a step, so who's lost more?
I'm older now, I'm not the same like I used to be, but as you get older, you get more mature and experienced, and I think that goes for Jay Rich as well.
Still got that bounce?
Yeah, I think so. I think the toughest part is recovering. So right now, we're probably all going to ice baths after this.
All right, congratulations, guys. See ya.
So, something to look forward to for those two. Here are our rosters presented by PNC Bank. You see both of them are captains of their respective teams. Barbosa missed game 1. Work got in the way, Jim. He was winning a championship with the Golden State Warriors. Sometimes work just gets in the way. What can you do?
Nothing to go with work. That's what you do.
Our Big Three rules: first to 50 wins. Halftime is 25 points. You must win by 2, which is what we saw in game number 2 today. No shot clock, just a 14-second 14-second shot clock, no game clock.
Nope.
And then you'll see the different rules with free throws as well, and a 4-point shot. As DeJuan Summers will spot up. That was a good look, skying in for that board. Jason Richardson.
Nice defense. We talked about in the last game too, Deshaun Stevens in the first game, about how much of a surprise he's been for the league. But Simmons, I think when you tell me Summers, DeJuan in this game has been very similar to what he's been able to bring to the table, not only for Tri-State, but for the Big Three in general.
That 3-pointer by Karan Iverson rattles through.
So what's the over and under? We're going to see Denton one-leg shots falling away. There's one. Because that's his go-to. I don't care if it's going left. He had a big one in the corner last week over here behind the three-point line.
And just a high degree of difficulty, even for him, it's in his bag.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing, and you know this. The more you do it and practice it, the more comfortable you feel, and it's not as difficult to you as it may appear to the eyes that are watching. There it is. Right on point. That's number 2. The crazy part is, how much the game is elevated and evolved. We see it in the league. That's a bad shot, but it's not a bad shot in today's game because guys practice it all the time. Now, when you take it, it might be a bad shot, though,
Well, you think about with Denman, when you're 6 foot tall, you had to find different ways to get your shot off.
Well, that's true. I mean, you've always had a step back to create space in order to get your shot when you're smaller opponent or when you're going against a taller opponent. That right there is just a little ridiculous. I mean, to be able to do that off of 1 foot from behind the three-point line, falling away.
And I think it's been an adjustment for coaches too, where they normally, you're sitting on the bench if you try something like that, but hey, if you're gonna try and make it work, let's see if you can do it.
Well, it's just like in the league too in college. You know, in the fast break to go get a layup. And coaches had to adjust to running to the three-point line. You know, and that's the way the game is now. It's the way the game is being taught to young men and women when they're playing in their youth.
Stacey Davis will kick it out. He wasn't aware of the shot clock.
No, somebody from the bench or another player on the court has to yell that out.
Rick Barry's squad 1 and 2 this season. Denman is flirting with a 4-point shot there. Saw one in game number 2 today. The 7-footer Isaiah Austin was able to net it.
Yeah, I thought Denman right there should have shot that because Summers had inside position. If the ball did come off, he tried to force the pass. Unselfish play, don't get me wrong.
Richardson facing up. Hasn't found his shot just yet on 2 tries. It's Davis long range. I should point out for Tri-State for the Ball Hogs, they are without Jody Meeks today for personal reasons, so they are losing one floor spacer.
But they're losing a shooter. Like you said, his floor spacer. But Jody would trick you up too because you go for the shot and you think he's not going to drive, and then he'll put it on the deck and he'll beat you off the dribble.
Barbosa lines up a 3 and knocks it down calmly, smoothly.
That's a part of his game as his career evolved in the league. He began to develop a lot later. It's almost like a push shot with not a lot of arch to it, but he was able to take command of that a little later in his career during the Big 3.
5 for 10 this season from 3. Do you remember when Barbosa first came into the league and he was seen as kind of raw?
Oh, yeah?
Feeling like he had to be molded and contain that speed with skills like that.
Well, trust me, I caught him when he was young. And his ability at his size, he's taller than what you think, okay? To be able to get by you and finish in different ways, left or right, was amazing. It was how do you use that speed and be efficient with it. And he learned that as he grew. And he was in a great organization with Phoenix to figure that out. Speaking of which, right here, you see how he dips that shoulder? That left shoulder gets by him, now he's able to finish. He does it when he goes to his left as well. He dips his right shoulder, but he's able to maintain his balance, and more importantly, he can explode out of that and finish.
Go back to Barbosa. I mean, what great deal for him coming into that 7 seconds or less Phoenix Suns team to develop into the player he became.
Well, he learned. I was there during that time.
Yeah.
And he just absorbed and soaked up everything.
No surprise that he is in the coaching ranks now with the Warriors. And imparting that advice, he puts up another 3 and he's got it. It's a great start for Barbosa. And a timeout on the floor just before we hit our first break. The Ball Hogs with a strong lead here, 11-4 against Tri-State. They've been stymied offensively.
Well, good defense by Ball Hogs. Tri-State not able to get into any kind of rhythm early.
I'll follow the Big 3 all across social media. That's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube as well. You can catch up on everything. Highlights, interviews, full games. If you missed any of them, there is so much great content. Saw a really great behind the scenes that Jeremy Pargo of the Triplets did. You see what a game day is like in the Big 3, and there is plenty of good stuff to see.
Oh, cute. You get them right there at that age when they don't talk back. That's a good thing about it. They just, they need you. Start getting 4 or 5, buddy.
4 or 5? That's it?
Yeah.
They got a little longer than that.
No, they start to get a little mouthy at times. My 4-year-old tests the waters a little bit right now.
Learning the limits.
Yeah, exactly. He'll push it. A 4-point shot that time, but Denton not able to knock it in.
Barbosa's got it, and a foul away from the ball. Physical play underneath. with Iverson.
I would say this is Dr. J's probably best team across the board in regards to having versatility from a scoring perspective with the three that's on the court, and then you bring in Sanders off the bench. They're complete in that aspect.
Well, that's saying a lot because this is a team that I think has unfinished business, being #1 after the regular season last year, not winning the championship. And you're saying you feel like they're even stronger?
I do. I think Summers adds a little bit more. Sanders is his second year now playing in it, I believe it is, so a little bit more familiar. I don't know, something about this team. I think they may be able to complete the puzzle.
Barbosa can't get that to go. It goes out of bounds, or Denman steps out of bounds. Ball hog basketball with them in control. Of course, it's early here, but the Ball Hogs have scored the fewest points in the Big Three entering this week. So it's been a little bit of offense and defense where they've had trouble scoring, but they've also allowed at least 48 points in each game.
Well, and that's what you said. Say it again.
A little bit of offense, a little bit of defense.
That's always the issue. You give up 48 points a game. You know, defensively. I mean, but the part of the problem with the Ball Hawks in the past is that they've carried a lot of leads in the halftime. They had leads late in the second half, but they never were able to finish. It's not that they didn't compete. You know, it was just finishing basketball games has been a challenge for this team since they've began here in the Big Three.
Well, the shot clock at 4 after a little bit of a delay. It'll be Iverson, a difficult shot. Great box out by Richardson. And will go out of bounds. That three-pointer on the way, knocked in by DeJuan Summers.
Nice shot and nice little setup out on the side, out of bounds.
Badly needed by Tri-State. Barbosa goes all the way. He's not been able to connect a couple times right there to the rack as Summers attacks again, chases his own loose ball. Maybe a little too unselfish there, trying to hand it off.
Yeah, and Jay Rich had put it up. Rather than try to put it, and Rich was underneath the basket, put it up. Even if you miss, you may get an opportunity to get a tip and get an offensive rebound. Just like little decisions like that, unfortunately for Tri-State, they were able to maintain possession.
Will McDonald coming in, number 45 for the Ball Hogs. He's guarding Summers, and that bounces out. Good hustle. Denman trying to come away with it. It is Iverson who has it snatched away by Richardson, and he nets it.
But normally, you know this, first to the floor usually gets the ball, but in this situation, it wasn't the case because I'm trying to see who it was that was on the deck right there. Iverson is on the deck, but you had two Tri-State players around him, and Jay Rich able to poke it away and smartly go right up into his shot.
That's tough for Iverson when you put in that amount of effort.
Yep.
McDonald. Now Barbosa hanging in the air. Good play to keep it alive. McDonald gets Richardson flying through and draws the foul.
But smartly, understand this, Barbosa kept in mind that he needed to reestablish himself from going out of bounds back to inbounds before he touched it. So that's how the possession was able to stay alive.
It's a winning play.
I mean, he got two of them things. I think he just on his wrist. So he
That's a figure two.
Yeah.
The Ball Hogs at the break leading 13-9. The Pigpen in attendance supporting their squad. It's been a good start to this one for this crew here in Frisco.
Joy! She fixed me real quick. All right, we're in the Pigpen, so what's going on in the Pigpen?
We're getting the fans lit. All right, we're getting the fans lit. We're getting the fans excited about the beautiful BIG3 League, the Ball Hogs. That's what's playing right now. That's our team. That's who we're repping.
Yes, Brian, my name is Jonathan. I am with the Ball Hogs. We are the Pig Pen. We are getting excited. If you are not excited, do not come to the Pig Pen. If you are excited, do come to the Pig Pen.
All right, it's lit over here. We got buckets, hit the buckets, cheering the whole time. This place is absolutely insane. The Pig Pen is off the charts.
Get lit, Ryan. Get lit over there.
I want Joy to pump me up, just in everyday
Oh, she's
life.
pumped. She's pumped.
Joy, not Lauren.
Oh, yeah.
As Richardson flies through, and he is fouled. The Ball Hogs hoping to get a win in front of the Pig Pen here in Frisco. Not fallen 1-3 this season, but they send Richardson to the free throw line. One shot for 2 points. Seen a number of those today. Left on the table.
Yeah, but you've seen them from some guys that are good free throw shooters. That's, and when there's someone that struggles at the line, you know that's probably the case. But when you have guys that are typically, historically good free throw shooters, he had one right there by Summers. That's what surprises you. Getting the fine line between the mistakes you make offensively lead to opportunities for your opponent offensively.
This free throw can make it just a 1-point ball game. Stacey Davis checking in.
Yeah.
And Karan Iverson just picked up his third, so he is done for the rest of the half. Rick Barry just picked up a technical. They are just pleased.
Yeah, a lot of things going on in that play right there. And again, from a rule perspective, because the fouls are not the big issue here in the Big Three, if you pick up 3 fouls in the first half, you're regulated to the bench.
So this shot worth 2 points by Summers. He's got it. And this shot worth 1 because of the and 1. So a big swing, potentially.
No, it is. And for a Tri-State team that was struggling to find their offense early, sometimes you just need a break in Rick Barry. Not too happy with what just transpired right there. See, and that's a nice way of getting a technical too, right? You know, that's the mature way of still getting a technical. See the foul right there.
Well, you mean you keep your distance and maybe just say your piece?
But you can get a tech and really earn it and go at it and yell. Rick said some stuff real mature-like, but still said some magic words to get the tech.
That's the key, the magic words.
Yeah.
Barbosa, though, the absolute effort running into the stanchion appears to be okay. He'll orchestrate this offense of the Ball Hogs.
Uh-oh, inside.
Deep inside, and the reverse. McDonald, all the work ahead of time.
Yeah, he had Richardson or Richardson had him. Either which way it goes, the baseline official wasn't calling it, but able to steal. McDonald able to still finish it. Ooh.
Summers puts it in for 3.
See, that's where Summers has the advantage. McDonald has the bulk inside, but can't stay with Summers on the perimeter.
Enter today 7 for 14 from 3.
A little WWF action here underneath with McDonald and Richardson inside. But Rich, on this switch on the last play, was able to pick up a foul. Again, in the penalty for Tri-State. That's the way. Get yourself some easy back. Now, again, we've seen this. Not converting at the free throw line. Is this the case now?
It bounces out. It was halfway down.
Announcer's jinx. It was supposed to work the opposite way that time.
It's just a jinx no matter what. This is Barbosa. Looks for 3.
Wow.
Richardson, tight space, knocks it down for 3.
And Jay Rich got to the corner quick. It wasn't a lot of space between, you know, players of Nixon and Richardson, but he was able to square it up, and what a beautiful stroke.
It was fun to see Richardson get that, because in the replay when he was tied up, He looked so crestfallen after that basket was made, like I'm battling so hard in here and you're still able to score, and then he one-ups.
Yeah, he does. Your 2 to my 3.
Richardson with Davis on him. Summers has it with 5 on the clock. He flies through the paint. Barbosa. No good after he gets the defender to fly through. And a foul.
Go back. Bump, bump, bump. Big body, bump, little. Soft touch, 2 points.
That's how I do those.
That's how you do the day.
That's how I do those 15-year-old girls after I score on them. I hit them. I don't put all that English on it, but I do hit them with it too little.
Oh, man. Hey, listen. Do you, okay, for all that you give them, at least, is it free lessons that you giving them?
Yeah.
Free? Okay. I just want to make sure.
No. I mean, they know that I got their back, but
okay.
I hit them with it too little for sure.
That brings us to the half. 25-17 Tri-State storms back the second half of that first half, and they have the 8-point advantage heading into the second half. We will return to Dallas after these messages and a word from your local station, but great plays.
Too small, Scal, too small. Get him out the paint.
Of week 4, Tri-State on top of the Ball Hogs, 25-17. Saturday on CBS, a full day of sports begins at 1 Eastern with Formula E, followed by action in the LPGA at the Dow Great Lakes Bay Invitational. And then at 8 Eastern, another Superstar Saturday night in the Camping World SRX Series. That's all coming up Saturday on CBS. Well, DeJuan Summers has been fantastic for Tri-State. 17 first half points.
Wait, coming off 18 points versus Killer Threes last week. Keep in mind, he's the second-round pick in 2009 by Detroit Pistons. So played 83 career games in the NBA, showing his versatility here, really to stretch it. That's where I said the advantage is at with Summers on McDonald, where he's out. Look at his shot chart right there. He would knock in a couple 3 threes right there.
As our Big 3 Heat Vision presented by Microsoft as Barbosa starts things out in the second half.
Again, coming out, a set play. Barbosa able to get to the free throw line, a nice little push. Kind of half runner, half shot.
Richardson, too smooth.
Smooth. Understood, too, that McDonald was going to give him space. So why force the situation? He one escape dribble. Able to pull up for a smooth 3-point shot. Oh.
Barbosa kicks it out. It is Davis for 3, and Ball Hogs have scored back-to-back. 6-point game. First of 50 wins here in Fireball 3. Summers trying to get in on the party.
Good looking shot, though. He was wide open. Again, he knows McDonald is going to be hesitant to come out that far, shooting far. McDonald, big body.
Just an off arm, preserving his space, puts it up and in. Dedman.
Oh!
Summers, the spin move is fouled.
Excuse me? McDonald knows it too. Like, yeah, you got me.
You couldn't help but smile there.
Nah.
Nothing you can do.
Space. Oh, should have shot it.
Stolen,
Should've
and that's
shot
going to lead to 2.
Yeah, Jay Rich knows it too. If you got to throw it at the rim a little bit higher. I guarantee he don't pass this one.
Richardson.
I told you. Hey, one thing I know about scoring, if you turn it over when you should have shot, the next possession, you're going to shoot it.
Do something silly, and then you, again, do something silly to your opponent back. Barbosa goes right to the rim. Summers setting the screen for Dedman. Got Davis on him. Little one-on-one, and he draws the foul.
But I tell you what, Ball Hogs has done a good job on Detman in this game. Only 2 points. I mean, and he's a guy that can score in bunches. But this time he was able to use his speed that time to kind of get by Davis.
At Detman, normally over 12 points per game.
Oh, yeah. We had the early shot, but other than that, they've been able to kind of keep him under wraps. Now, again, at any moment, he can get hot. But I think him guarding Barbosa has a lot to do with it, too.
McDonald, the drop step, and he is fouled before he kicks it out.
Which was a good thing and saved himself an open three-point shot from Barbosa.
Barbosa's got 2 of those today with 12 points.
Oh, good block.
Saved right underneath, and the easy 2 for Tri-State. Just a 2-point game, 32-30, Tri-State on top. Detman for 2.
Well, somebody looks more determined to be aggressive in this second half. Detman right now with another basket.
Barbosa launches again. Richardson loses it. Summers for 3, off target.
Nice.
Davis
Take it up.
loses it. Plenty of time for Detman, and he gets the 3 to drop, bringing us to this break. Tri-State leading 37-30.
Yeah, back and forth, Ball Hogs exchanging.
And NCIS Los Angeles tonight on CBS. Let's take a look at the Big 3 Heat Vision powered by Microsoft and Jason Richardson.
Yeah, but Jason loving that left-hand side of the court, I can tell you that, because 4 of his 5 baskets are right there. 1 is in the center. 5 for 8, very efficient. I talked about this team as like one of the most complete teams across the board in regards to scoring, because you have 4 players, including Sanders, coming off the bench that can get you buckets.
Richardson has got 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, as well as Barbosa muscled up as Sanders, last year's Defensive Player of the Year, tries to take that away.
Yeah, Barbosa, DeAndre wanted to split him, but he couldn't. And Sanders came in, he probably got the worst of that exchange right there and picked up the foul. Listen, I got a shout out though. Tyson Chandler's in the building. My guy Red Grant, who's a comedian running for mayor for DC.
Spud Webb is here as well, too.
my old head, and then Jimmy King from Fab 5, a Plano native. There's Tyson right there. Got that championship with the Mavs. Also got a big bag too. Let me get a couple dollars off of you, partner. Send some over this way. It's tax-free in Dallas. I know you got a little spare change.
I'll deliver that message to him.
I got your Earl Grey tea. Now you want more from Tyson? You ever gonna pick up a bill here?
No, for what? You know we spoiled as athletes. Hey, listen. hey, Scav, it's free as for me. Give me 3. What are you talking about?
I saw how when we went to I got a coffee, he got a tea. He started patting his pants like, oh man, I forgot my wallet.
No, don't tell the truth. You said I got it.
I did say that.
You're supposed to take care of the old heads.
I did. I got you that Earl Grey.
Cheap. You cheap, man.
And you get the next steak dinner. How about that?
Oh, I got you. I'm gonna take you to somewhere I get it free. You know I got plenty of places here in Dallas I can go to get a free steak dinner.
For sure.
Just get what you want, Scal.
You got it.
That was Spud Webb taking it in. A dunking legend in the NBA. Iverson, who had to sit a whole lot of time in the first half with 3 personal fouls.
It's getting a little physical.
Iverson fakes the handcuff, rejected by Sanders emphatically. And again, another block, this time Richardson. The defense ramped up for Tri-State.
But coaches always say this, I need multiple efforts on defense. Well, no better example than what Tri-State was able to do on this possession is one block right there. Like you talked last year's Defensive Player of the Year, then Jay Rich at the end with the other block.
It is hard to find a better rim protector in the Big Three than Sanders. He leaves that way short.
Yep. Iverson got a little get back on that one. Maybe not a block shot, but forced that air ball that time.
Barbosa against Dentman. He will power his way through. Had a couple tough shots in the paint.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well contested for three.
That was good D. All right, here we are. 42 points.
10-0 run. Barbosa for 4. That's off the mark. Iverson and 1.
That was a hard foul. That was a hard foul.
Hard-earned trip to the free throw line for Iverson.
Yeah, you want to earn your money. This is one right here. Whereas Iverson able to maintain his concentration knowing that he was about to get hacked.
Well, Sanders has a slender frame, but I definitely do not want to be on the receiving end.
Nah, but you know what happened when you got slender frames? You got sharp elbows. Trust me. I got hit by plenty of by Batumbo when I played with them against them in Atlanta. But excellent pass inside that time.
I'm sure those memories stick with you.
Oh, yeah, so do the scars from it. What do you mean?
Dedman, quick trigger on the 3. He's got it as he hits the deck. And a timeout called by Rick Barry, seeing the time running out for his squad, trailing 45-34. An onslaught by Tri-State here in the second half.
Now, let's go back. Here's the Ball Hogs, I think, put themselves in a situation early when they got back in this game, exchanging baskets. Here's a great pass from Davis inside to Iverson, but then Dentman right here, full concentration. See, the thing about the Ball Hogs team, they were exchanging baskets right there within 2 points, but then they went on that drought and allowed Tri-State to extend the lead, and now they find themselves down by 9 points.
Here's a look at the standings, the final contest of Week 4. Tri-State trying to join the three-headed monsters, and the Aliens at 3-1. The Ball Hogs trying to avoid 1-3 in company with Three's Company and Bivouac. So an important opportunity for both of these teams. This is the midway point.
It is. Again, the separation part of it. And that line of demarcation, so to speak, going into Week 5, you want to be at the top tier. Speaking of which, Barbosa.
Ridiculous. This game not over, is what he said with that shot.
No, right out the timeout too. But Tri-State has been great at responding. Travel too got away with it.
Sanders can't
Guess who?
finish. Richardson stopped.
Jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
Yeah. Leandra walks into this. Getting that push shot, able to get it, and Jay Rich off the offensive rebound. Good defense this time by Iverson, going straight up in the air.
And for Barbosa, his first 4 make and attempt. Coming in big late.
Yep.
Tri-State ball, it is Dentman.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Threads the needle, but the finish not there by Sanders.
Yeah, you got to finish those.
Dentman again. Falling away is Sanders.
I mean, that's just tough right there because you take away, I mean, it was a beautiful setup by Dentman to get Sanders an easy 2 inside. Ball Hogs dodged the bullet. Can they take advantage of it on this possession?
Barbosa taking Dentman off the dribble, and he wins that battle.
Yep.
just a 5-point game. Tri-State 1 point away from point game. First team to 50 wins must be by 2. We saw game number 2 here today go down to the wire. This one looking like it will too.
Well, I'm surprised that Summers, with his scoring ability, well, he's out. So he's not on the bench, so that's why. So something.
That's a good call. No, we have not seen.
Yeah, we haven't seen him. So something happened where he went to the back, and that's why Larry Sanders is in the game. Oh, he's about to check in. He's at the scoring table right there.
He is.
I was about to say, I know nothing happened to him.
Detman is fouled on that play.
Yeah, here comes Summers. There he is, right there.
And Rick Barry is going to bring the fire.
Okay.
It'll be Detman against Davis. Bring the fire, unique to the Big Three. One of the most exciting things you'll see in this 3-on-3 league. You challenge a shooting foul as Rick Barry just did. Those 2 players involved go 1-on-1. There is no more 2-dribble minimum, so that frees up the opportunities and creativity for the offensive player. Each team gets a challenge per half, and we know defense wins a little less than 75% of the time. Detman, his signature is left short. That's his shot.
It is a shot, but Davis did the right thing, gave him space, but gave him space enough that he can contest a shot. That's a smart defense. I just think when you have that one-on-one, you got to drive your man back. If you want to create some space, drive him back, and then you're able to pull up and get a high percentage shot.
Almost thrown out of bounds. Difficult shot. And the basket made by Richardson. Jim, you can't be taking shots like that this late in the game.
Well, no, you can't. Decision making, because you missed that, the air ball. See what happens. Now, with a 3-ball, Jay Rich hit a game winner before.
Point game as the Ball Hogs score. It is Iverson, but Tri-State can end it here with the 3-ball.
If I'm in this situation at the end of the game, I'm driving the ball. Why? I can pick up a foul, I can complete an and one, and if I don't get it, I can kick it out and maybe have an open 3. I'm not going to allow my team to bail out my opponent. See, now you give up something.
Back-to-back baskets and good looks for Iverson, high percentage opportunities.
Yeah, don't bail your opponent out by taking the tough shot. See right there, he hit it, so never mind, Jimmy, shut up. Never mind, you got an airplane to catch.
It is a final. Tri-State 50-44 was in flux there at the end, but Tri-State stormed back in the second half. They took control late in this game. And Scal standing by with the hero of today.
Where'd you go in the second half?
Yeah.
We were wondering. You just chilling, waiting?
The flow of the game just changed a little bit. We got a little stagnant, but we picked it back up at the end.
When it comes to game winners, you know what to do with it.
Absolutely. When it's game time, it's winning time, so we knew what to do.
He was telling me he used to bust Carmelo back in the day. Good job.
Shout out to Baltimore.
Well, this was a great shot to end this one. Dr. J and his squad come out on top. They go to 3-1 this season in the Big Three. Calmly cooling, knocking it down the 3 is Summers, who had a fantastic game to give Tri-State the victory.